Hey there! Greetings, everybody. Good evening, and welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. Tonight it's the other forms. It's going to be some metal. So we're doing an episode of What's New. I do this every Saturday. I'm back to Saturdays again, featuring the band Paradise Lost, a metal band, a gothic metal band, apparently. And the album is called Ascension. So they have 17 studio albums, so they've been around for a while, but they're new to me and probably maybe new to you as well. So anyways, this album was released September 19th, 2025. It's about 51 minutes or so in length. It's on the Nuclear Blast record label, and it was produced by Gregor McIntosh, who's also a member of the band. The band is featuring Nick Holmes on vocals, Gregor McIntosh on lead guitar, Aaron Adey on rhythm guitar, Steve Edmondson on bass, and Guido Zima Montanarina. Sorry. A bit of a long name. So he's on drums. Okay, so we have 10 tracks in total on this album. So overall, this album is very slow, melodic, almost what I would call doom metal, but it has a dark gothic element to it as well. There's also there is several different types of vocals going on. You've got some low, kind of whispery type vocals. You've got some clear, very clear, medium to high range vocals, and then you also have some growling going on throughout the album as well. I would say the guitar is the main instruments. The drums are quite heavy as well. Bass is not so predominant. You aren't going to hear a lot of bass in the forefront here anyways, and a use of symphonic keyboard synthesizers sounds as well. So overall, a strong album, I think. Most of the tracks I gave a 6 or a 6.5. I had one track that got a 7 and one that was a little bit less than the 6. So the opening track was the Serpent on the Cross. This is there's kind of a horn-like, epic horn-like sound, but it's fed through a keyboard, so it's probably a keyboard sound it's fed through the keyboard, so it probably is a keyboard sound. Gives it a bit of a dire atmosphere. Then you got this melodic, slow, beefy, heavy riff and sound going throughout this particular track. It's got a symphonic metal sound at least to the opening part of the album. The use of growl vocals dominate this track. It's fast-paced and heavy guitar riffs at times throughout the song. Speeds up a little bit. Then there's a heavy solo, a metal like speed metal like solo towards the end of this track. One of the few that really actually has more speed metal to it than heavy metal. Next up is Tyrant's Serenade. It's kind of an eerie wind sound opening with some heavy guitars, slow melodic guitar parts throughout, as well as the drum fills. The vocals are clean but deep and dark. They get a kind of a dark feel to them. And the solo is kind of dominating, beefy guitar riff accompanying it. So yeah, pretty typical kind of doom metal like sound to this song. Next up is Salvation, a little bit of a longer track here. Starts out with bells, slow melodic keys, and keyboard and guitar parts, trying to give that atmosphere of doom about to happen. It's got a heavy riff. Guitar part is strong, as is the drum beat. The vocals are growl-like again. It's got a kind of a slow melodic guitar solo with some heavy beefy riffs going on. There's a bit of a transition to clear vocals during the song, and then a retransferring back to that more of that growly type vocals. I would say this is a heavy build-up song, and the vocals are very dominant and frontal here. Next up is Silence Like the Grave. It's kind of got a nice menacing opening, this scary kind of opening. Then a heavy guitar part, which is accompanied by the drums. So you get this heavy, beefy drum fill and guitar part going on. And the vocals are also heavy, beefy. Some growl effects throughout this track as well. The solo is very melodic, but very heavy as well. Another dark song. Now we flip over here. So the album gets less heavy as it goes along. There's some more acoustic stuff as you get towards the back tracks. The next song is Lay a Wreath Upon the World. And this is where the acoustics start. You've got some slow acoustic guitar opening with a kind of an eerie keyboard for a kind of a backdrop. The vocals are low and whispery. And it builds to a kind of a symphonic, beefy guitar part. Yeah, it has a build up to that, and then it just ends just like abruptly. The next track is Diluvium. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a kind of a grindy, slow kind of guitar opening. Gets heavier with a lot of drums in there as well. It's got a slow melodic guitar dominant track here that just kind of is like very beefy. It does pick up pace a little bit, especially when they get to the guitar solo, but then this guitar solo itself is kind of slow and melodic. Next track up is Sirens. These last three tracks I probably like the best on the album. It's got a heavy, beefy atmosphere, opening with some guitar and keyboard riffs going on here. The vocals are harsh but clear and heavy and deep. The guitar is kind of, I would say it's kind of a background riff with a solo that's fast-paced. So you get this fast-paced solo with this beefy guitar riff behind it. And at the same time you got this kind of catchy kind of growly part that comes in towards the end as well. The next track up is called Precipice. This is the final track. There is 2 additional tracks, but we're not going to review them. If you want to, you can hear them. This should be enough here. Deceivers was probably my favorite kind of track on the album. It's got a bit of a strange opening to the vocals as well, which is different than most of the other songs. And then you got Precipice, which is the final track, kind of a slow piano part with a melodic guitar riff supporting it. You get some distortion and symphonic sounds throughout this track. The vocals are clear, but medium in range, not like high end or low end or whispery or anything. You also have some growl vocals that kind of displace the clear vocals, and then they go back and forth a little bit. I say this was a slow melodic solo to end the album. Overall, I think it's a pretty strong album. I don't know if they would have it at my record store. It's one that I definitely would like to have, but it depends on how I have to go about getting it. That's always the final say here as to whether I want to go that distance or not to get it. I think it's a good album, as I did the other one that I chose not to do, but I may do the other one at some point too. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this review or this discussion about the album Paradise Lost. The album's called Ascension. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make any comments about either Paradise Lost or their album, you can do that. Or if you want to talk about something related to the metal, you can do that as well, or anything I've said. So anyways, you can leave that in the comment section below. And we will be back next Saturday night for another episode of What's New. We will be doing a tribute episode tomorrow night on Rock Legends, which is going to supplant into the Progverse for a live stream on Ace Frehley, one of my idols from my childhood. So anyways, take care, have yourself a good evening, and good night, and goodbye.